Hey, truth seekers. This is your Conspiracy Laws host, JB, and this is episode 000001 of the Conspiracy Laws YouTube channel. And today we're going to talk about how the meat industry controls PETA. Um, First, what comes to mind when you think of someone throwing red paint on a fur coat, or someone comparing meat eaters to Jeffrey Dahmer? What about, let's say, stalking the Wienermobile? Or wh- what would you think of someone who dressed up like a Klansman to attack the American Kennel Club? Um, how does this make you feel? Does it make you want to not eat meat? Does it make you not want to wear animal products? Or does it make you dislike the person engaging in these sorts of tactics to get their point across? Does it cause some sort of backlash against those people? Um, well, these are just a few of the tactics that people for the ethical treatment of animals have used in the past to try to get their alleged point across that you need to stop eating meat or uh, killing animals for your own personal use. And I'm here to tell you that the meat industry is behind PETA. This may sound wild, but I'm gonna get into the details of how this is. Um, First of all, I just want to point out dressing up like a Klansman to attack the American Kennel Club is just it is a it it just it's offensive. It's offensive to African Americans. It's offensive to the Jews out there. It's offensive to gays. The American Kennel Club isn't killing humans. They're not really killing dogs. I mean, it's kind of a stretch to suggest they are. Um, I could kind of see where you might go with that, but yeah, I just want to point out how offensive that is, that tactic, and they engage in a lot of crap like that, like throwing the red paint on furs. So you've ruined the fur coat. The person will then have to buy a new fur coat, which means the skinning of more animals, which kind of goes against what they're trying to achieve, don't you think? Anyway, let's get into some of the facts here. So PETA was started in 1980. And in order to understand the conspiracy, we need to go all the way back to the beginning in 1980. Uh, I did a lot of research for this, and I found that back, if you go back to 1980, this was about the time when the meat industry was starting to take a hit over health concerns. People were starting to understand that maybe they shouldn't eat nonstop bacon. Though I still do it, and I understand it's not good for my health, but it's good. Bacon's good. Um, but the saturated fat in like red meats and a lot of different meat, people were just starting to understand that that's bad for you, and well, that started to hurt sales a little bit. It was in this atmosphere that PETA started. The meat industry was already having trouble. Why would all of a sudden PETA pop up? Unless it was to help the meat industry. Um, the meat industry needed to find a way to make eating meat patriotic. The backyard barbecue, they continued to play that up. They started to play it up. It's an American thing. You're an American. And this was also during the Cold War. You don't see the Rooskies having a backyard barbecue. Um, so they started that up, making meat eating patriotic, and PETA, I think, was a pet project of theirs at the time, and they started that to make the people who were avoiding meat, which was kind of starting to grow around then, to make the vegetarians and vegans look like insane people. And this is time-tested practice. You can see it in just everything. You can see it in the backlash against the NRA, even gun owners, people who love their guns, they hate the NRA because of how extreme it is. Um, PETA is going to crazy extremes, and so now it's hard for vegetarians to even support it and vegans. And for a lot of us out there who enjoy meat, I love meat. I appreciate people who don't eat meat. I think being vegetarian is a healthy choice to make, and I think it may even help the environment a little bit. I Some will argue, well, having plants kills animals. It kills the animals in the fields. Yes, but they still have to grow the plants to feed the animals, to feed the cows. And that requires a lot more agriculture. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. The meat industry create PETA to cause reactions in us meat eaters to be like, man, that no way I could be a vegetarian. Those people are crazy. Those vegans, they're nuts. I've met tons of them. I have, yeah, interacted with so many, and they're not nuts. They Most of the time they don't care what you eat. In fact, you can invite them over for a turkey dinner and they won't complain. Vegetarians and vegans, the real ones, are decent, cool people that just want a better world. And that's great. I can't do it. I love my bratwurst. I love my burgers. I love it all. And PETA was created to cause this backlash from meat eaters to not even consider vegetarianism, but also to eat more meat. I am involved in a ton of foodie groups. Um, I've done a lot of research on this, and whenever you see one of these PETA stunts making the news, you see a spike in meat sales. You see a backlash, all you have to do is look at the comments on one of these things, and you see that people are going out and eating the meat. They're going out to eat more. It's like, oh, stupid vegetarians, I'm gonna go eat three lobsters and the a cow head. Um, Cow head's my preferred way of eating cow. But yeah, it's clearly not working. Meat sales continues to skyrocket. The only thing really affecting meat sales is the prices, and that waxes and wanes. So really, PETA's having no effect. They're working against it, and that's because the meat industry is behind it. Uh, this is not This is nothing new from the meat industry, especially the beef and poultry. They have shown that they will stop at nothing to boost sales. Another avenue they're taking is attacking veggie burgers. I don't know if you've seen this in the news. It's been there sporadically if you look in the right places, but they are suing the makers of veggie burgers because veggie burgers aren't actually burgers. They're suggesting that in order to be a burger, it needs to be made out of beef. which is ridiculous. But that's a tactic they're taking just to close down these veggie burger companies and make them like disreputable. There's also the crazy treatment of poultry farmers. Just it's been terrible. And yeah, the list goes on. I strongly recommend to do a little bit of your own research as well, to see all the terrible tactics. And I'll have some links in the video description for this show, so you can I can kind of start you off in that research. Um, yeah, so as you can see, there's tons of evidence that the meat industry is behind PETA. That this is a fact. Like this is true. PETA was started by the meat industry and continues to be controlled by it. And whenever you see one of the stunts, bam, we know it's we know we're gonna see a spike in meat sales. It's sad, um, but it's the world we live in. If you have any questions or ideas, please comment below. I'm more than happy to help. And please support the truth by subscribing to the Conspiracy Laws channel. And think about what we've talked about today, because we awake the world tomorrow.